Hello, Michelle Baxo here. Okay, so I am here to talk about how to meet better people online. If you're online dating, which I know most people in this day and age are, you're probably dealing with meeting a whole lot of people that you don't actually want to date. Okay. Now, if that's happening to you, now it's not necessarily happening to everybody, but if that's happening to you, then stay tuned. We are going to talk about some specific things that you can do. All right, so let me just open up my trusty notes here, and then we're gonna fly. So here's actually what I'd like you to do. So if you are if you're in that situation, if you've been looking online and you feel like you're just not meeting the kind of quality people that you want to meet, or they're just totally incompatible and you're having a really hard time with that, or if you're frustrated by any of that, then just put a one in the comments just so I know that that's something that you're dealing with. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the basic things that you can do, and then we're going to go into some deeper work, because if any of you that know me know that it's never just something as simple as, put this in your profile and then everything's all better. Okay, but we are going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk on a deeper level. Okay, so let's just talk about the basics, right? Because I know that one thing that you would like to do is weed out certain people. So there are some actions that you can take on your online dating profile or on most dating apps. Now, I know there's restrictions and so on, so you got to work with what you got, but there are some things that you can do. So one of the most common complaints that I hear is that they have men just looking for sex. And so, that's the people that are approaching you. So if you want to weed those ones out, well, the first thing is you can actually look at their profile and probably get some pretty good hints there. But what you can do is put in your profile, and I would put it either at the very top or at the very bottom, just a little asterisk, a little star, and a line that says, not looking for one night stands, or not looking for hookups, thanks. And that's really great because, one, it sends a message to people who are looking for that, you know what, I'm not looking for that. So then they're more likely to move on. You might still get some, but it's going to highly reduce the number of people who do that. But also it sends a message to the people who are looking for a more committed or serious relationship, that looking for more just that type of date that you're looking for. They're like, oh, this woman is actually serious about this. Okay, she's not on here looking for just looking for sex or so on. Okay, so it works on attracting more of the right people, and also detracting the wrong people. Okay. Also, if you want a commitment-ready man, okay, or a commitment-ready person, then you want to make sure that the first sentence in your profile or blurb says something about what you want. Okay, so you can say a little bit about you, like fun loving city girl or whatever it is, but you want to say ultimately looking for someone to share my life with, or ultimately looking for my partner in crime, or a committed relationship, or whatever that thing is for you. You want to actually say what it is that you want. And if you're not looking for a committed relationship and it is something else, you should say that in that first blurb. Okay, now that doesn't mean, sometimes we don't like to say it because we think it's putting a lot of pressure on that first on that first date, and it's not. It's not saying you want to be in a relationship with someone on that first date. You're saying ultimately what I'm looking for. So with online dating, you do want to get into the right pools of people, and the pools you want to be in are the intentions. So you want the overall intention to be the same, and then within that pool you look at the compatibility, the attraction, and so on. Yes. Okay, good. Oh, and the other thing is sometimes we're like, I don't want to scare people off by saying that I want a committed relationship. Well, those people you do want to scare off, actually. It's great. And if it means less people reaching out to you, awesome. You don't need the validation of lots of people reaching out to you. You want more of the right people reaching out to you. So be clear about what it is that you want, okay? It's like your messaging. It's like if you had a storefront, if you were a store and you had a storefront, you want people to be pretty for it to be pretty clear about the overall intention of that store, right? So that is by saying clearly in the first sentence. The other piece about your clear messaging is that you also don't want to say too much. So notice on a store, it doesn't say every single thing that's inside the store on the sign, okay? Stores don't do that. And the stores that do that, it's really annoying and you don't know what the heck, it's distracting. So when it comes to your dating profile, a big mistake that women make, or people, but it happens more with women than with men, is they try to say everything about them. So don't try to say everything about you in your profile, thinking that there's going to be one person that likes every single thing that you say about yourself, all right? Don't say every quirky thing about you. Don't say it's too much, okay? You're putting too much personality into it. And not that I want you to hide your personality, it's just that it's more likely to get misunderstood, because it's in writing. You're not talking to the person. You're not engaging with the person, okay? So what I want you to do instead is to focus on 3 or 4 of your values. That is a lot more effective, okay? 3 or 4 of your values, because ultimately that is what you're looking for in a partner, is someone that has shared values. Okay, so what are some examples? Wanting kids, a healthy, active lifestyle, love to banter, which that actually is a value of mine. It may not be a value of yours. It sounds like a strange one, right? But it's better to say love to banter or active lifestyle than make some obscure reference hoping the other person will get that reference, okay? So that's going to help you a whole lot. All right, now let's talk about, actually one more thing before we go deeper. Just make sure you look your best in your photos. Don't hide yourself, so don't wear a bunch of big baggy things hiding yourself, right? So look your best, and also make sure you're not, being super promiscuous either. Okay, so tastefully gorgeous is what you're going for. Yes? Yes. Okay, good. Now I want to talk to you on a deeper level, because as you and I know, well, you may not know, but if you've watched enough of my videos or done any work with me, then you definitely know it's never just about saying or doing the right thing or looking the right way. Not even close, okay? There's always a deeper cut at things that has us presented with the reality we're presented with. So the other thing I want you to do is to manage your expectations online. So here's the thing that we often forget. Online or dating apps, okay? Let's just use Tinder, for example, because Tinder gets such a bad rep, okay? But Tinder has the exact same spread of people as the real world. Why? Because it's so easy. It's so accessible. So it's not like all the creeps are on Tinder. It's just that there are creeps in the real world, but there's also really great people in the real world and on Tinder, okay? There's nice men, mean men. There's attractive, there's unattractive. There's relationship ready. There's people for looking for one night stands. And that's everywhere, okay? So stop expecting online or dating apps to be easy. All right, it's easier to engage, to start up a conversation, but it's still going to be work like it would be in the real world, because this is the real world. There actually is no division, right? Just like I'm a real person, even though you're watching me online, I'm an actual person, right? And so are these people that are online. So just be grateful that there is this fairly easy and risk-free way to meet people, but don't expect it to be easy, okay? That there is always going to be put the work in. The other thing, another little mindset tool here, and this is around managing your expectations as well, is I want you to really get that if you were at a stadium of, in a stadium of people, or at a concert or a festival, what percentage of people would you want to have a relationship with? If you went to a festival and looked around, what percentage would you want to have a relationship with? You can actually type it in the comments. I'll bet you, I ask this question a lot, it's going to be something like 5%. Okay, so why would it be any different online? That means 95% of the people you probably aren't going to be interested in. And if you can just be okay with that, Now it sounds like, I know what you're on here to talk about is how do I attract better, better quality people. But a big way that you do that is by not getting stopped, stumped, frustrated, or thwarted when there is a sea of people that you're not interested in. You want to move through those people really quickly rather than trying to make something out of nothing. Okay. Next, be the woman who your match would love. Okay, so if you sort of imagine yourself in that relationship with this person that you want to create a future with, and you've probably are starting to get more clear about what you want, that person to be like, what you want him to be like, are you being the person that he would love? Now, at first glance, we might go, yeah, of course, maybe, right? But if you start to look, here's what I want you to start paying attention to. Listen to the thoughts you have about people while you're online dating. Listen to those thoughts. There's a lot of automatic thoughts, and you don't want to be too hard on yourself because our default thoughts are usually not ones that we're proud of, okay? But I want you to listen to them and look, would your ideal match be attracted to someone who's having those thoughts? Now, we can't always change our automatic thoughts, but we can correct our automatic thoughts. We can be aware of them. We can be conscious of them and shift them. And that's going to shift your energy. And I know it's really hard to believe, but I see this time and time again. And, maybe this is going to sound a little woo-woo for some of you, but I see it all the time. When you start shifting who starts showing up online starts shifting as well. Okay, it's amazing, and I experienced it personally, so I know, it's wild. Okay, so I want you to start paying attention to the thoughts that you're having about other people. Are you being judgmental? Are you being impatient? Are you being, a way that is less desirable for someone? Or are you being your best self? Are you being the true you that you're proud of? And that someone sharing their life with you would be proud of. Okay, so I want you to start looking at that. The other piece, okay, is relating to, now how I was saying, I'm a real person, even though we're online, I'm an actual real person, and they're real people too. I want you to practice relating to people online as real people. And here's how I know that we don't do that. And it's men and women fall into this trap, but we don't relate to them as real people. And we know this because ghosting happens all the time. And the only reason why ghosting happens is because we're disconnected from the fact that that's a real human being over there on the other side. We're protected, like somehow we're not impacted by someone else being impacted, right? Now, that's why online dating is easier, because we're also not as afraid, because there's that barrier, right? Like they're somewhere else on a computer or on their phone somewhere far from here, so I don't have to, it feels safer. But even though it feels safer, I want you to really connect and relate to them as real people. It's not like, but I just met him online. No, this is a real person that you're now meeting, that you're now engaging with, that you're now talking to. And they're the same people in the real world. They are in the real world. They're just also on the same device or site or app that you're on, okay? But also, so while you're relating to them as real people, I also don't want you to add romance where there isn't romance. So these people are still strangers until they're not strangers, and you want to make sure you relate to them that way. I do recommend meeting people quickly, so don't get to know their whole life story and history before the first date. You're not going to have anything to talk about, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons why I don't recommend it. It sets you up for disappointment because you have this picture of who they are in your head, and then you meet them and they don't match that picture, so then you think you're disappointed, but all that's really happened is they're just not a match for the picture that you've invented in your head, getting to know them just through messaging, okay, or just through the phone. So I definitely recommend meeting someone sooner or later, but they are strangers, so be safe, okay? Okay, let's see. All right, so the last little piece I want to talk to you about is around where you're putting your energy. So this connects a little bit to the managing of expectations, but I don't want you to put your energy towards what you don't want. So what you know, you I mean, I do a lot of energy work, so I talk a lot about energy, but even if that's not your thing, we can think of this really just practically, scientifically, okay? What you put your energy towards is what you fulfill on, all right? If you're putting your energy towards becoming a doctor, then you're much more likely to become a doctor than a soccer player if your energy is going towards being a doctor, not towards soccer. So you can think of it that way, okay? Don't put your energy towards what you don't want. So if, let's say you have a pattern or a history, or you keep noticing all of these men who aren't looking for a committed relationship, don't put your energy towards them, and don't put your energy even towards that complaint. Okay, it's move on quickly, move on quickly. That's just not, so you're turning the page, turning the page, turning the page. Because if you're putting energy towards it, and it could be in the form of complaining, it could be in the form of trying to change them or convince them to do something different or whatever it is, then you're going to have more of what you don't want. Okay. Instead, I want you to give energy towards what you do want. So start getting really clear about what it is that you want. Okay, and you can start with the basics, but get clear about what it is that you really want. And then from there, what are we going to do? You are going to start gravitating towards people that have those things that you want. Or if they're, let's just say that you're meeting people and they're not quite it, right? They have elements of what you want, but it's not quite it. Usually what we would do in that instance is we would focus on what we don't want, but I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to focus on what you don't want. I want you to now put your attention on, acknowledge, give appreciation for the elements that that person had. That's what you do want. Still set them free, but your energy, your focus, your attention is on what you do want, even while you're setting someone free, okay? So that is like some juicy, delicious stuff, right? It's gonna make such a difference. If you can apply that, I am telling you, your whole experience online is gonna start shifting dramatically. I wish I could just keep going and going and going and going, but without, we only have so much time here today, but let me know, try some of these things out, put in the comments, what are some of the things that differences that it's making. You can share more about, what some of your challenges are. And so Samantha was saying, I always wonder how much is too much. Samantha, if you have a second, can you just type in there what you mean by how much is too much? How much what? I'm just going to give it a minute here. There's always a delay on Facebook Lives, so so it takes a minute here. What I might do, so Samantha, we'll take this. We'll continue messaging. I'm gonna watch for your comment, and then I'll respond to your comment because I do definitely want to answer your question and help you distinguish. I just don't know what you mean, like how much what is too much. Okay, so so everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. Put things in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going because I am telling you. Yes, you can definitely, I coach my clients to meet people online, but I also coach people to meet people in person. And it's a lot of the same stuff. It's not that different, but the benefit of online is, in the very least, these people are single and that they're looking for something, but you want to make sure that you're talking to the people who are looking for the same thing that you're looking for. Okay. So I don't know if some of you know about this, some of that you don't, but we're doing things a little bit differently this year, and we have a wait list now for Power Love. Okay. So if that is something if you know what Power Love is and you're not on that wait list, you definitely want to get yourself on that wait list. If you don't know what it is, you should check it out. And what I'm going to do is put it, it's michellebaxo.com/waitlist, HTTPS. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. Hang on. But check it out, because for a lot of you, I'm telling you, this is going to be the way that you revolutionize your love life this year. Okay. And for the last, and for the last time. So there, the links in the comments there for you. So michellebaxo.com/waitlist. This is where you can find out more about the kind of work that I do with women. There's the practical stuff, but I'm telling you, the deep stuff is so important. It's just, we wanted the quick and easy answers, but the quick and easy answers just don't work, right? So check it out. If it's a match for you, get yourself on the wait list so that you find out more about it, and then we'll tell you when we're opening the doors. Okay. Mwah. I love you guys. Take care.